Because Will Ferrell hogged all the good parts. I should have done some characters. Oh, hello. This war against terrorism is unlike any other war in the history of the world. We're not fighting a specific country with borders and army. We're fighting Islamic fundamentalists in Iraq, the Philippines, and Patterson, New Jersey. You know, it's overwhelming. I miss the beauty and the simplicity of the Cold War. The Soviet Union. Remember the evil empire? Its finger on the button, ready to nuke us to smithereens. I'm not saying the Cold War was perfect. We blacklisted Arthur Miller and made Yakov Smirnoff a star, but when I look back now, I'm laughing someday I'll be in Branson saying, hey, how about a hand for Roy Clark? Now look, the Cold War seems like the good old days of democracy versus communism, good versus evil. Because at least the Cold War was exciting. There were defectors. Remember how cool it was when a Russian dancer defected to America? They made us feel superior by describing how repressive their life was under communism, and in return, we let them have sex with Jessica Lange, right? Oh, hey. You're right, there are some things that are off limits. I didn't know one of them. She was one of them. But now, I can't get a lap dance at Scores without a stripper from Estonia whining about how much better the tips are when the Hungarian mob's in town. And I hate to get nostalgic about something as god-awful as terrorism, but in my day, there was no Al-Qaeda with its bands of hairy fundamentalist virgins living like freaks in sleeper cells waiting to be activated by a cave-dwelling, green-skinned diabetic. My terrorists were Marxist revolutionaries who drank, smoked, and had orgies. Yes. You were always only one bong hit away from joining them. And terrorists back then knew how to hijack an airplane. They weren't trying to die for Allah. They were trying to land in Cuba. Nobody got hurt. The pilots and the stewardesses had a few days to hook up, and everybody went home with a cigar. And I'll tell you something else. Terrorists in the Cold War didn't subjugate their women. They hired them. The 70s were rife with hot chick terrorists. Bernadette Devlin of the IRA. That's right. Layla Khaled, Black September. Ingrid Schubert, the Bader Meinhof gang. Terrorism with a pout. You know what else I miss? The way the Olympics used to be. During the Cold War, we used the Olympics to duke it out with the Russians. Remember, like the Miracle on the Ice? That was exciting. Most of the Islamic countries don't even send athletes to the Olympics. Even if they do, it's not exactly a fair fight. You know, I mean, hey, Soroya, you know, that Burr is going to add a little drag, you know, but be that as it may, but the best thing about the Cold War is that the Soviet Union was atheist. Okay, it was so easy to hate those godless commies. Who are you going to piss off? An atheist? They're already pissed off, right? But now, if you say anything, if you say you hate Islam, everyone calls you a racist, and then the Muslim guy at work tries to prove that Islam is a religion of peace by making you read the only sentence in the Quran that doesn't end with death to the infidels. Oh, man. I miss the Soviet Union. Well, you know, my favorite Cold War president, or as I like to say, my favorite Cold War president, depends on how you really look at things, once said that change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future. Well, I don't want to miss the future, so I'm going to ogle the past and look but don't touch the present. Svetlana! Don't worry. I'm going to tip like an arms dealer from Budapest. We'll be right back. Well, folks, so Keith, you like that actress in the last scene? Is that what you're trying to...
She was wonderful.
She was a wonderful performer?
Yes.
Brilliant. New York City is broke, folks. Services are being cut. The subway is going up to $2. Times are tough, and they're getting worse. So I'm asking our resident economic experts, what product or service would you tax to raise cash for New York City? Louis Black.
Well, I think we should tax crap. I mean, anything that's crappy. Anytime anybody buys something like a Britney Spears CD, the Titanic DVD, any performance by a ventriloquist, a hypnotist, or a mime, the movie The Core, or that idiotic Bringing Down the House, the musical version of Urban Cowboy and Cracker Barrel, to name just a few. If you want crap, you should have to pay twice as much for it. And if you're stupid enough to want crap, you're stupid enough to pay for it. And who'll be the judge of what's crap? I will, because I got a lot of time on my hands.
All right. I'm warning you sons of bitches about applause. I don't care. Billy Burr.
All right, this is what I think. I think we should tax, you could raise a lot of money if you start taxing people who dance on rollerblades. No, these people are the biggest jackasses in the city. They ruin Central Park for like 3 months out of the year. They listen to the worst music ever. They're always like skating backwards with like their ass is sticking out with like this excited like, ooh, what's the music gonna make me do next? Look, I think and on top of all that, they actually think they're cool. All right, so I think to be that irritating and not know it, you should have to pay a $50 unaware of being a douchebag tax.
All right. No, I try not to encourage applause between each segment, because then when I watch TV, everything's applause, applause. Nobody ever gets the content. Excuse me, fellas, for looking out for our craft, you bastards. Greg. Thanks, Greg. Thank you. That deserves it.
Well, we already have huge taxes on cigarettes, so we just need to get more people to start smoking. Smoking is cool, and it's about time we got that message out to the kids. And we should also tax those people sending those penis enlargement and mortgage rate spammings on the internet, because I'm tired of the nagging sense that a lot of people out there seem to think I'm a guy with a tiny schlong that really needs to refinance. That one I don't like.
Keith Robinson.
You know what? I wouldn't tax anybody. What I would do is I'd make Mayor Bloomberg go out from place to place as a homeless person. Excuse me, I don't mean to disturb anybody, but if you got a quarter, maybe 50 cents, we can get ourselves a few cops and work things out. That's it, and it stunk. God, did that stink.
It was a nice, low-key little acting piece, baby.
He didn't commit.
I didn't
He
commit.
did commit. Well, this is hardly the time, nor the place.
It was awful. I thought it was too good.
All right, don't worry. It'll be blank by my bomb, so don't worry. I would tax everybody who uses the terms "don't go there." I'm not trying to hear that. What's up? 10 years after that commercial's been off the air. I'd like to continue talking about money, but we have to give these guys cab fare. So good night. We'll see you next time.